What's up, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. Today I am doing a part 2 discussion of the Audeze Maxwells. This is speaking about things that I didn't speak about in the first video, such as battery life, connections for my Nintendo Switch. I didn't have my Nintendo Switch at the time, so I really couldn't talk about it. And also like the app, because there's things that I've been figuring out about the app. And I think that a lot of people are having issues as well with the app. So hopefully the idea or what I've been doing could potentially help you. So let's speak about the Nintendo Switch, because these work with Nintendo Switch. This is the OLED. When it comes to the Nintendo Switch, I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't use them for my Nintendo Switch. I would try using something like wired headphones. It was a hit or miss. It wasn't impressive at all. There were headphones. There was games like like Metro Prime. It was okay. Dragon Ball Z was like good, but it's a fighting game, so there's a lot of like effects that goes into it. So of course it's going to sound great. Yeah, so it's a hit or miss. Me personally, I wouldn't use them for my Nintendo Switch, even though obviously you can use it. And I've tried both ways. I've tried just pairing it up to the to my Nintendo Switch, and I've also tried plugging in the dongle in the bottom, and yeah, they still don't sound good. So I wouldn't I wouldn't and I don't think it's not the headphones. I just think that the way that the games are made for the Nintendo Switch, I think that that's something that they and I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but the games that I've been playing on the Nintendo Switch, they haven't sounded that great. Hopefully when the new Zelda comes out, then I'll have like a better experience, but as of now, I wouldn't waste my money just slowly only for the purpose of the Nintendo Switch. I definitely wouldn't do that. Okay, so battery life. So let's talk about battery life. I've had these headphones for a month and a half already. I work 9-hour shifts, so my playing time is only at night, and it's give or take anywhere between 2.5 hours to 3 hours. 2 days ago was the first time that I charged it. 2 days ago, which was very impressive because I've had these on max. I've had these headphones on max. I'm not like, I want loud, like I want to feel, I want to feel everything. So when I tell you I've had these headphones on max, and for it to last that long, is really impressive. So and charging was really easy, at least for me, because as you can see behind me, I do have my desk and I do play on my monitor. So just keep in mind that if you're playing from a TV, then it may not work such as easy as it does for me. But you have your wires that it comes with. So it comes with this Type C to USB. Okay, so you just plug in your Type C. You plug these onto your headphones, and then what I do is I just plug it into my PS5. 35 minutes, 40 minutes gave me a full charge. Like, it was really, really quick. It was really fast. Like, it gave me a full charge. Yeah, so very, very, very pleased with the battery life on these. Amazing. Again, I can't speak about other headphones. I do have plans on buying the Steel Series Nova Pro, but the wired version, in case if that does happen again. Then I could simply just put these to the side and just put them to charge, and not tamper with it, and I'll just use my wired version. So that's the reason why I do want those, because to my understanding, they sound good. But I was very impressed with the battery. So a weird thing about these headphones, and is the location. Okay, so this is the volume of your mic, and this is the volume of your headphones. I would have preferred if one had been on the other side, because when you have them on, okay, and you're playing and you're in the heat of the moment, like you might be playing like Call of Duty, you like you don't realize like which one is which because they're so close to each other. So sometimes I lower down my volume of the mic thinking that I'm lowering down the volume of the headset, and vice versa. So yeah, and I don't think anybody has done like a video of like how they look like on head, but this is pretty much, I mean, they feel great. I've used them for, like I said, like 3 hours straight. I haven't had like any type of like ear sweating or anything like that. So yeah, so I mean, yeah, they're pretty perfect. I've heard of people like talking about that this might get messed up, depending on your head size. I don't know, man, because the material on this is pretty nice. So I just don't see these like messing up just like that. So yeah, the location of the volumes, I would have wished that one was on the other side. Um, this button right here, I'm still not sure what this button is for. I think it's like a noise suppression or something like that. It'll say high, low, but I still don't understand what is the purpose of this feature. Maybe somebody could help me out. The button is located right here. But yeah, so I already touched on the battery. So battery is amazing. Another feature that I love is just the removable mic. Um I've been playing Call of Duty. I just got Call of Duty not too long ago because a friend of mine, he's like really hardcore, and I wanted to but he plays online, but he doesn't play with anybody like that he personally knows. So we've been playing a lot of nights, and it's really dope to just be able to just like have this on the fly. You plug it in, and when you're done and you want to continue to play, I always have my chat on private because everybody's like a goofball and they're all playing like loud music and stuff like that. So I always have like my chat on private. Once I'm done, I unplug this, and which was one of the things that I didn't like about the series, which they have it like hidden. So I didn't like that about that. I'd rather just have a pair of headsets where the whole thing is going to be able to come out, and I could just put it off to the side. Nothing crazy. Um, Overall, man. So, like I said, so I've been playing Call of Duty. So let's talk about that. You know what? Let me talk about the two games that I just picked up. Okay, Dead Space for PS5 and Call of Duty. Okay, so let's talk about the sound. Okay, which I'm gonna get into the app after this, but I just want to like describe to the person the sound. When I first played Call of Duty, I said, "Wow, like this is insane." When you're in a helicopter, just you literally feel like you're at war. Like you literally feel like you're at war with these people. Like it feels like you're there. It's like so surreal. It really is. It really is. I be talking to my friend and I'm like, yo, like, what type of headphones do you have? And he has like some like no disrespect, but he has like some bullshit like $50 like headphones. And I'm like, bro, man, I wish that you could hear what I'm hearing. Like it's just so surreal. Like everything, man, from the different type of guns, how a suppression sounds versus a gun that doesn't have a suppression. Um, the grenades. Um, amazing, amazing. So I see that one of the presets on the app is for footsteps, and I'm gonna be honest. So I play Invasion a lot, and I don't see the purpose in that. Me like, especially where like you're like, I've been in like in buildings where, dude, you have so many people running around. Like the way that I understood like the footsteps to be is like you kind of have like an advantage, against everybody else. Where it's like if you hear somebody like running in, you're gonna hear it like clear as day. But it's not really like that. It's really, really, really subtle. Now, maybe in other maps, where it's not so busy as Invasion, I could see that being like a thing. But like I really don't understand the footstep preset for like Call of Duty, because everybody's running. You're hearing like a hundred footsteps, so it's like, I don't know. I don't understand too much. What's the what will be the point of having that? Even though a lot of people that you see in YouTube, like they use that like as a marketing thing, but like me personally, as a normal individual, just like you, I could tell you that I really don't understand the big hype of like having that. Um, so yeah. But the sound was just like, man, it's crazy. Dead Space. Now, when you play Dead Space, this game is very interesting, and I think that these headsets complement this game so well because you your different audio, you have stereo and you have mono, and you could hear the difference. Especially when you have it on mono, you hear the difference. I've tried it on 3D. Not a big fan of it in 3D, but the mono and like switching back like from the mono and stereo, amazing, amazing. Like you hear the vibration of the bass like from the ship when, because he has like a metal suit. When he's walking in the hallway, like you just hear like the echoing of his footsteps. It sounds amazing. It really, like I wish that I could say, oh well, these headphones sound just as good. I can't say that. These are like my first pair of gaming headsets, and wow, like I'm like, I even went to GameStop when I bought these, and it's funny because I was talking to this kid like in the counter, and I told him how much I paid for it. He was like, "Oh my god!" But I was like, "They're so worth it. It is so worth it." Um. So yeah, I mean, the sound. Now let's talk about music on your phone, because I hear a lot of people and I've seen a lot of videos like kind of just like, oh, like the music doesn't sound that great. I don't know what they're listening to. I don't know what they're listening to. Yo, so you pair it to your phone, and I just wanted to hear anything. And so I just went on Apple Music, and by mistake, like I pressed like a Future song. The bass was so loud that I literally had to tune it down a little bit because you hear the cracking. Like I'm like, oh shit, like I don't want to you hear like the crack like and I'm like, I don't want to like mess my headphones up, so I lowered it down a little bit. But the bass was so like in your face, especially like the 808 bass. Now I've had Beats headphones when they first launched. Um I've had a lot of Beats, so I know like what I know, like what colored like sounds like kind of like sound like, and I know what like a more like neutral, crisp sound sounds like, if that makes any sense. I even had a friend of mine's that he had like the special edition one that had came like I'm talking about when they first launched. It was like a silver one. It came with like a this uh leather pouch, and even those like yeah, like it was like loud, but it wasn't like I didn't understand like the big hype. This is like having those monitors I have behind me. It was like literally having those monitors in my ears. Like the 808s was so ridiculously loud and clear. And understand this, some songs that have 808s, if you have if you have your headphones too loud, the 808 drowns the audio. It didn't do that. Like you still heard everything crisp. I was like, wow. I played Kanye album because there's a lot of 808s involved in that. I listened to 808 Heartbreaks. I was blown. I said, bro, when it comes like I don't know what these other YouTubers are talking about that when it like listening to music on these is not that great. Bullshit. I don't know what they're listening to. I don't know how they have their settings or anything like that. But these, you could literally unplug these, okay? And like you want to go to the gym, yo, this will literally cancel like everything. Like these sound that great and they sound loud and they sound not muffled. Everything is crystal clear. Amazing. Amazing when it comes to that. Amazing when it comes to music, man. Like I was like surprised because I wasn't because I heard a couple like YouTube channels like, yeah, like the music, that it doesn't sound that great. So but that lets me know that you have to take things like with a grain of salt. So yeah, so you could definitely use these for music, even if you want to like walk your dog outside or whatever, and you want to like play some like real good music. These are your friends. So these are definitely there's you could use these in many different ways. Okay, so let's talk about the app. So I'm using my app on iOS. Okay. Um, and I will say my apologies for the last video where I said that they didn't have an app. At that time, I was having an issue because there is two different apps. But for whatever reason, I didn't see that HQ. Okay. Um, but it still didn't make the experience that much better because it was timing out. Like I was just like having issues. I'm like, what in the world? I don't want to have to if these are wireless, I don't want to have to keep on plugging these up to my laptop to pick a preset, especially if I want to do something on the fly. So this is what it will do. And I'm going to show you like on the screen. And as you can see, like it's just like trying to connect. It's trying to connect. What I have figured out, okay, and this is the key. This is the key. What I have figured out is that you have to disconnect the dongle from your PS5. Okay? You have to disconnect it. Once you disconnect it, because so I have my phone already paired up to these because of the app, right? But these are also paired up to the dongle and the PS5. So when it's trying to look for the connectivity from my phone, this is already being connected to. And I think that that's the issue that a lot of people are having that they don't know, because I didn't know. I actually had to try it. I'm like, let me see what happens if I disconnect like the dongle. And when I disconnect it, perfect. Perfect. On the fly, perfect. Like if I'm playing Call of Duty, I actually have like a preset and on the faders. I chose all the faders I wanted, how I wanted it to sound. So now I go to Call of Duty, boom. If I'm playing like or something like the Dead Space or like Harry Potter, like Legacy or something like that, I disconnect my dongle and I just put it on base, and then I plug it in, and it's perfect. Um, so another thing that you could do is, let's say if you want to try to find the sound, because you're not going to be able to change the presets while you're playing. Okay? Because when you choose a preset, it's going to ask you on your phone that they have to recognize the audio. So you have to have audio in the background playing. What I do is that, and this really works well, especially if you have YouTube Prime or Premium. I'm sorry, if you have YouTube Premium, which YouTube Premium is the audio plays in the background. What I do is whatever game I'm playing, I go to YouTube, and for example, like Call of Duty, so I put Call of Duty gameplay, right? Uh, you know, make sure that the settings is at the highest one, because if you have like your resolution at the highest one, the audio is going to be like crystal clear. Once you have that playing in the background, now you go into your app and you choose whatever preset you want. And if you don't like any of those presets, you could make your own preset, and you could just like you could play with it according to the sound that you're hearing coming from that game. And that will work. That method will work for any game. The Hogwarts Legacy, Call of Duty, Madden, whatever game that it is, make sure that you type in gameplay, okay? And once you hear the sound that you want, boom, you plug in your dongle, you go, you put like your game in, and that's it. And it took me a while to try to figure that out. The presets, so I still haven't tried this on my laptop, but I remember that when I was picking like, cause you got preset 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. When I remember picking it or like clicking on one on my laptop, I didn't see any faders, which is the reason why I said on my first video about the difference, how the Mobius and like the Penrose compared to the Maxwell. I'm like, why do they have faders but these don't? But it was because doing it from the laptop, I didn't get that option, but doing it from the app, you do get that option. You do get that option. So that's something that I definitely want to clear up. And yeah, so that's basically it. I got a lot of like real goofy comments in that first video in pertaining to the headphones being sealed. I stand on that. Like, you can't be biased, and it shows you how biased people are. It really does. If you go to a Best Buy, okay, and that's like the one part that I do want to talk about. If you go to a Best Buy, you wouldn't pay full price for something that's not sealed. You're gonna look at it, especially if it's a TV. You're gonna look at it. You're gonna be like, "Yo, why is this open?" Because now you got to charge me open box price. So again, what I said in that video, it stands. These headphones should come sealed. Okay? They did it with the Penrose. They did it with the Mobius. Why not do it with these? And I've had people comment in that video confirming that they do come like that. That they do come not sealed. I don't, again, how do you, if there's a place that sells used items and all they have is just that bag that goes over the box, so you're telling me that that's supposed to be like the seal? That's not a seal. So how are they supposed to tell the difference between if these items are new or used? So, I stand on that. They should come sealed. But besides that, These headphones, worth the money. Worth the money. I see a lot of videos right now with like these new headsets, you know, that Turtle Beach has dropped, you know, for $350. I doubt that they sound better than these. I doubt, and I haven't even heard those headphones. But I do know that Turtle Beach don't make great headphones. I do know that. All right? You could go to Target, you could go to Best Buy, and you could just feel, you could just touch the quality. It's bullshit plastic. You know, everybody who I've spoken to, they're like, yo, Turtle Beach don't make that much. Like, they don't make great, you know, great headphones. So for those to be like $350, I highly doubt that they sound better than these. So, you know, my only gripe that I have with these is, and I get it because I've been in that situation before. To my understanding, people pre-ordered these headphones back in January and they still haven't received them. And I get it, you know, especially when you go on their Instagram page and you're asking questions and they're not really answering. And it's like your money is tied up now in this thing. And like, you see like the Turtle Beach headphones, and I'm going to just use as an example. Those are ready to ship right now. So anybody will be like, yo, you know what? I'm going to cancel these and I'm going to just get those. You know, and I get it, because if you don't want to wait anymore, how you going to make somebody wait? And I've been in that situation. I was in a situation where I pre-ordered a drum machine that was $1,000. This was like the beginning of like, this was like right when COVID hit. I pre-ordered these November, and yo, it wasn't no $300. It was $1,000 for this drum machine. Yo, June, July, nothing. And I did that pre-order last week of November, first week of December. And what would get me upset is that you have these other producers that are top tier producers. They have the machine already. If I put my money in your hands, why wouldn't you accommodate the people that actually are keeping you afloat? So, you know, so I canceled it. You know, and even like, I'm like, I would never get that drum machine because my experience trying to get that drum machine was so bad that it's like, it's not even worth it. You know, it's not even worth it. So I get it. This is my only gripe that I have, that, you know, I just can't be like, yo, go and get them, like, go buy them right now, because they still are in pre-order. So, like, if you try to get these, you know, who knows how long you have to wait. I got lucky with these. I'm going to be honest. I got lucky with these. You know, I paid for these. But I know how to dig. Like, I know how to dig. Like, my digging is really good, obviously, because I got these in hand. And there's still people waiting that pre-order these in January. So I get that part. But if you have patience and if you want something that is going to last you a long time, I mean, these are solid, man. These are solid. So, you know, if you don't mind waiting, then I suggest that you get these. If you're not about like the waiting game and you're like, yo, I want these like yesterday, then, you know, sadly, you might have to go with something else, you know, but these are definitely worth the money. So I hope, man, that cleared up everything. Please like, I mean, you don't got to subscribe because I don't know what my next video is going to be about, but please comment in the bottom. Let me know like what you think about this. And till next time, peace out.